Hey, I'm Ross with Sky Management, and today we're going to work on our dryer that seems to have a roller that is broken or off track or something, because it's just beating around, sounds like a heartbeat. So let's go ahead and tear into this thing and see what happened. Here at Sky Management we use Speed Queen washer and dryers. So this will be kind of a tutorial on how to work on a Speed Queen dryer. To remove the front of this to get to all the insides, there are two screws down at the bottom, and they're hex head screws. I get these removable tip screwdrivers from Harbor Freight and pull the tips out and use the top of it to pull those screws. That will remove the first panel so that you can get to the next set of screws. I guess this one doesn't do that. Okay, there's a wire that going to that front panel that works the switch so the dryer knows to turn off when you open the door. I'll just set it off close enough that I don't have to remove it. Okay, we're going to be pulling the whole drum out, so we got to take the screws off all the way around. When we're working on this today, we'll also see how to replace the belt in here, although the belt is still working in this one, so we won't need to actually replace it. But it's the same process for taking this apart. One of the nice things about these is all these screws are the same, so you won't need to pay attention to which one goes where. Okay, we removed the front. Now we're going to need to pull the drum out. This part's a little bit awkward because it's got the belt tension around it. To get the drum out all the way, we have to push the belt off the back of the drum so you can reach around the edge and kind of shove the belt off the back, and then we'll be able to pull the drum out. And set it aside. The belt is in here. There's a tensioner on the belt that puts too much pressure on the drum in order to pull the drum out. These are the rollers that, when the drum spins around, it puts the weight on these. And something in ours is making it thump every time it goes around. I'm not sure what it was. So we're going to investigate and figure out what the problem is, and we'll get back to you. Okay, when we've been looking at the rollers seem to be spinning fine. We found there's something on the outside of the drum, and when the drum's rolling over the rollers, I think what's causing the noise is this bit of stuff that was smashed onto the drum. So we've cleaned that off of there, and now it seems to be smooth all the way around. So we're going to put the drum back on there and see if that made the difference. Okay, we're going to show you how to put the belt on. The belt has grooves in one side of it. All these little lines are grooves, and that's the inside of the belt. So when you're putting it over the spindle, the grooves will line up with the grooves on that. So it'll go on that, and then the whole belt goes underneath this wheel, and this is the tensioner that will put tension on the belt. So the drum goes inside like that. It's a little bit tricky to do, and it may take two people to try to get the drum in here with the belt around it. Once the drum gets in there, the belt will pull this up off of the one side, and that will keep tension on the belt to spin it. These are the rollers that the drum rests on as it spins around. They should spin freely and be smooth all the way around. These can wear out, the bearings in them can go bad, and they'll be hard to spin, and that can cause problems for your dryers. So you'll want to, if they have an issue, to replace them. Ours seem to be working fine, so we don't need to replace them today, but I wanted to show you how to take one off in case you need to replace one. I use an impact driver because they can be on there pretty hard to break it loose. Now there's a nut on the back of there, so you'll have to hold it with your finger to get it out all the way. And then you can remove the wheel. The new ones may come with the centerpiece, but you may need to reuse the screw, depends on which ones you get. And then the nut will just stay in there. To put it back on, you'll have to hold the nut up there in place in the hole and put the new one on there and just tighten it back down. You want to get them on there pretty snug. The bolt will keep it from pinching the wheel. The wheel will still be able to spin freely, so snug it up on there pretty tight when you put the new ones back on.
Well, if you actually can get to it, then let's put it on the. We'll put it on the drum.
Is it on the drum?
It's on the drum. It's not where it's supposed to be on the drum. Now it is. I'll hold this here, and you can go down there and get the tension on this.
Hang on.
The muscles are just a little smaller. You could get in there. Can't hold on any longer.
Okay. Goes down in the front.
Okay, if I hold this here, can you spin it now freely?
Alright, so when you're putting this front back on, the little tabs go down in the slots first, and then you put the screws on. So we're just going to put all our screws back in the same way we took them out, and since we've got it back in here, we can kind of spin it and see. It doesn't seem like it's making the heartbeat sound that it was making before, so we think maybe we've got the problem solved. We'll put it all back together and we'll find out. Alright, we'll see how good we did. Sounds much, much better. We're going to call this one a win.